So here's a short story that, disclaimer, is quite graphic. All about a wife who's trying to justify how she betrayed her husband in one of the worst possible ways because, well, let's just say that she had a itch that she needed to be scratched in the bedroom, and she assumed he wasn't willing to fulfill that fantasy of hers, so she sought it out elsewhere in the worst possible way. And of course is now feeling bad about it, but won't tell him. And I'll be going to go over here, guys, making the point that, even though they may claim that they want respect, men to respect them and all that, guess what? Usually that's not the case, particularly in the bedroom. In the bedroom, by and large, the majority out there wanted to have their brains effed out and treated quite like you guys will see in a moment. And again, disclaimer, this is pretty darn graphic. Titled, I cheat on my husband, I let a man finish on my face, and I regret it. And I shout to AM for sending this story. She says, my husband and I are 39 years old. Our sex has been normal. The past few months, I've developed a desire for humiliation and being dominated. So many women out there really crave that. It's the freaking truth. I'm not sure where this came from, but I've begun day fantasizing about submitting to a man and being his property. I watched PORN about it. I've started to wonder what it would feel like for someone to finish on my face. My husband and I have always done vanilla sex. I've talked to him about my recent desires, but he wrote them off as a phase. He told me he wasn't someone who could disrespect me like that. It was very sweet. When a woman says that, that's not a good thing. But all I could think about was my lust. I wasn't angry, but neither did I push the matter. I did hint at my desire, but he didn't quite catch on to it. See what she said? I hinted about it. Newsflash to the women that watch this. Don't drop hints. Don't speak innuendos. If you want something from us, be direct. In fact, it'll probably turn it. Think about this, guys. If you're getting it on with your lady, and she freaking flat out in the process of getting on tells you, I want you to blast your load in my face, I don't think most guys are going to have a problem with this. In fact, they'll be like a fire hose. Yeah. And by the way, I think a lot of the times when these stories come up about these women that can't have their needs met because their guy's vanilla, as they say, I think a lot of times they're lying through their teeth. Here we go with the alarm. All right, I'm back. Looks like a major storms are coming. I can see it by the dark clouds. So Florida in September, you know what it's like, you Floridians. So let me get on with this. But anyhow, where was I? Anyhow, I think when they claim that the husband is vanilla and all that, I think it's a bunch of BS and they just want to have an excuse to cheat. Well, anyhow, fast forward to last night. I was pumping gas at the gas station and a young guy hit on me. He was in his 20s, I think. Looked like a university student. Very good looking and charming. I just went with it. I was very frustrated for months on end, and my head was filled with lust. Now, I know some of you guys just said this is a bunch of crap. It might be, but I actually don't think it is. When he asked if I wanted to go out back for a cigarette, I immediately agreed and went with him. Oh, imagine that. And yeah, let's go have a smoke by the gas station. There's a genius idea. Obviously, he took me even further back, and one thing led to another, and I was on my knees servicing him. Well, I guess the next time I go to Chevron to pump some gas, I'm going to drive around the back to see if anybody's back there being served. Halfway through, and by the way, I'm assuming this was at night. Halfway through, I don't know what came over me, and I started to think about my husband. Yeah, I could tell she was thinking about her husband during this whole process. I felt guilty and immediately stopped. I was about to get up, but he said he's almost done. Somehow, somewhere, my brain just thought I might as well finish it off. Her brain... Really? No, what was going on is that this guy was putting his needs ahead of hers. He was dominating her, and she was getting turned on. I didn't consider what that meant at the time. We continued for about a minute. I was a lot less into it. I think he could tell he was losing me because he took the opportunity and started calling me an SLUT. Here's the part we can debate whether this is true or not. My mind was blank, and I didn't retaliate. He pulled out and finished on my face. I left as fast as I could. Really? So she didn't stop in the bathroom to wash things off. She ran to her freaking, car and just was driving down the street with the shit oozing down her face, down her shirt, on her tits. Really? But okay. On the basis that this is real, and guys, truth is stranger than fiction, and you wouldn't believe where people have got on before, holy crap. Yeah, what a great way to thank her husband, who's always obviously been very loving to her and treated her with respect and not want to demean her. And oh yeah, back to the whole women want respect thing. Oh, for goodness sake, storm must really be getting close now. This is ridiculous. Okay, gotta finish it up. Now I can't bear the guilt. Yeah, well, I had to stop you. I'm disgusted in myself. I tried breaking down why I did what I did and it made me feel so bad. I just keep thinking how he'll brag about this to all his friends. Well, no kidding. You think he's gonna just not tell anybody about this? How used I felt. How my actions basically admitted to him that he was a better man than my husband, a man I love with all my heart. No, you don't love your husband with all your heart. I feel like a coward, pathetic. I don't know why I did it, lust or frustration. No, it was lust. And that's why it's one of the deadly sins, for goodness sake. By the way, I just saw Seven the other day. And you guys ever see that movie Seven? I don't know why I'm writing this. Probably an outlet. I haven't told my husband, and I won't. Well, there you go. She's going to bury this down deep. No, she's sorry now once she got this out of her system. Or he got it out of his system on her face. And I just want to forget about it. I'm never going to see this guy again, and I'm sure even if I did, it's so dark that he'll never recognize me. I'm not going to lie, it did feel good kneeling down for him with his hand in my hair. I felt so good knowing he was younger and basically disrespecting me. As long as your mind is blank, carnal desires are always good. Look at her back and forth here. I feel bad, but you know what? The carnal desires here. What comes after this, I don't know. I threw my own pride away. I threw my husband's pride away. I'm filthy, used, and not even by someone who earned it. I ruined my relationship, and I'll even never tell him. I want to erase the memory from my mind so I can go back to believing that we're soulmates. He's my soulmate. I just want that to be true again. Lady, no, you're not. You are a piece of shit. You are a liar. You're a cheater. All that. And again, guys, there are a few ways that a guy can be betrayed so badly than this. Blasted on her face and her driving away in her minivan and that oozing down into her, God. The facial is what hit me the hardest. Clearly, it hit you the hardest, honey. It was humiliating and degrading, but I let him do it anyway, because it excited you. Part of me wished he finished somewhere else. If it's any consolation, I'll let him call me a SLUT and get away with it. I just keep thinking that I failed to defend my own pride, nor my husband's pride. You're the one that volunteered to walk in the back and, after he invited you for a cigarette and to get down on your knees. I can't look at my husband the same way. He's the man of my life. I look up to him. He's the best man I've ever known. Now in the back of my head, I see a man whose wife's face got defiled by another man's semen. I can't kiss him with the same mouth that shamefully pleased another man. I know I shouldn't think this way, and it's my fault. I wish I could undo it. Well, you don't have the DeLorean. You can't go back in time. You can't do time circuits on your fucking car. So you have to live with it. What she should do is confess and give him a chance to get rid of her. And by the way, yeah, I might add, do some, not just mouthwash, some fucking Clorox in your mouth after all that. Scratching hard on that itch was great. The scars that come after are not. For all the married women out there that are lustful desires, who have urges to give oral, don't act on them. It's not worth it. You have a lover who will do anything for you, I'm sure. Talk to them. Don't give up after a half-assed attempt like I did. Everyone has their pride on what a good lover they are. Don't share that for them over some cheap token of lust. Don't give up on your happy ending just to give pleasure to some guy who'll go live his own happy ending. Oh, boo freaking who. You're an a-hole. You deserve what's coming to you. And we're about to get a major freaking storm. As you can see, getting dark here. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Wish me a safe drive home. I'm only 7 minutes away. But anyhow, yeah, there you go. And by the way, guys, for any of you guys out there that are vanilla and your wife wants to, get very freaky in the bedroom, for God's sakes, enjoy that. I will never get guys, and I've known some guys actually, that actually are pretty vanilla, if you will. If a girl wants to get down and get kind of freaky, and that's all, we can all define what that is, have some fun. But anyhow, the point of this whole thing is, again, what they'll do, women and accountability, and of course, the justification for these things. And also, last but not least, to finish this up, the whole, I want to be deeply respected and blah, 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 sure. Yeah, you can see right here.